Hi, my name is Jeff Dostalik, Deputy Chief with Fitch-Rona EMS. I am here with Lieutenant Kyle Wells. Today we are going to cover our physical agility test. We'll cover the 4 events, the pass-fail criteria for each of those events, and the sequence in which those events will occur. Prior to starting the physical agility test, the candidate will be assigned a proctor that will grade the candidate's performance throughout the entire test and can intervene in the event of a potential health risk. The proctor will read through the entire PAT prior to the beginning and answer any questions the candidate might have. Administration of the PAT will consist of 4 physical events followed by a rehab station. Prior to beginning each event, the proctor will read a description of the event and all pass-fail criteria. The proctor will answer any questions the candidate may have. Once the candidate states that he or she is ready, the proctor will begin the event. Event number 1 is going to be a half-mile brisk walk on the treadmill. This is to simulate the need to move quickly to and throughout an emergency scene. The candidate will walk on the treadmill for a half mile at a rate of 4.0 miles per hour, or the equivalent of a 16-minute mile. The candidate cannot use the handrails, cannot step off of the belt, nor fall off the machine. If a candidate grabs the handrails, he or she will receive a warning, but will fail if the handrail is grabbed a second time. If the candidate steps or falls off the belt, he or she will immediately fail the event. So to begin the half-mile walk, the proctor will instruct the candidate on the instructions on how the half-mile walk will go. The instructor will reach over, hit go, and as the treadmill starts to turn, we will increase the speed to 4.0, which is the equivalent of a 16-minute mile. And at a distance of a half mile, the proctor will stop the test. The second event is the barbell lift and carry. To simulate carrying patients and equipment, the candidate will lift a short arm curl bar with 40 pounds on each side, totaling 95 pounds, using proper lifting techniques and any grip he or she is comfortable using. The candidate must then carry the weight bar around the marked area for a distance of 240 feet. If the candidate is unable to lift the weight, drops it, or puts it down prior to the finish point, he or she will fail the event. Event number 3 is the stair climb. To simulate the stress of having to climb several flights of stairs while carrying equipment, the candidate must climb 71 steps of the hose tower while holding a 20-pound dumbbell in each hand. The candidate must place a foot on each step, ascending and descending, completing the event in at least 90 seconds. The candidate cannot use or lean against rails or walls for assistance and cannot put the weight down. The candidate will receive a warning for a rail or wall violation, but a second violation will result in failure of the event. If the candidate drops or puts the weight down, he or she will automatically fail the event. Event number 4 is chest compressions with Lunge-and-Reach. To simulate the events of cardiac resuscitation, the candidate will perform 2 minutes of chest compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 per minute on a CPR mannequin. If the candidate deviates from the range, he or she will be instructed to alter the rate appropriately. If the candidate is unable to maintain the appropriate rate after 4 warnings, he or she will fail the event. After finishing chest compressions, the candidate will then stand and walk a short distance to the Lunge-and-Reach area. This section of the event will have the candidate kneel down to pick up a 5-pound weight from one side, stand, and place it on a shelf on the other side. This is repeated 2 more times using 10 pounds and 15-pound weights. The candidate will then repeat the entire lunge and reach from the opposite side using 3 or more of the same weight dumbbells. After all 6 dumbbells have been placed upon the shelf, the candidate must then do the entire lunge and reach portion of the event in reverse. The candidate must touch one knee to the floor when picking up or placing the weight on the floor and use proper back mechanics or receive a warning. Only 1 warning will be given prior to the candidate failing the event. This section of the event is not timed. Once finished placing the last weight, the candidate will return to the CPR mannequin and complete a second 2-minute cycle of compressions. The same pass-fail criteria apply to the second set of compressions.